What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm very excited to bring you guys my latest video on my Must Have Must Gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series linked down below, as well as the community playlist. I also always have all of the items listed and linked down below. And lastly, I always have all of the Instagram pages that I get all of this makeup knowledge down in my description box. So definitely check out my description box. It is going to be filled to the brim, and I hope it is very helpful for you all. If you are wondering, did I film this look? I actually did, and it will be starting off look number 1 of 3 for the Glaminatrix Glamorous palette. So I told you guys this was going to be my first 3 looks of 2023, and I finally have the time to at least start the series. So I'm very excited to see what looks I'm going to be able to make with this palette. Now, I haven't officially told you guys on my channel. A video will be coming up on Wednesday to talk about it, but basically I shifted my upload schedule. I've told you guys time and time again, I've got a lot going on, and I felt like it was best for me to make sure that I had at least one day where there was truly no obligations for me to do. Maybe some things with family, but I don't find those to be obligations. That's just time spending with people that I love and care about. So with that said, I will be uploading now on Mondays for my Must Have Must Gags, Wednesdays and Fridays. Those are going to be the 3 days that I hope to upload every week. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys what time it's going to be uploaded because it's very much fluctuating with my schedule. That said, there may be some additional video uploads and there may be some reduced uploads, but that is going to be the schedule that I'm going to try my absolute best to keep, as right now I have so much going on, and I hope you guys continue to understand and be forgiving in that manner. But I think that's it. I usually like to start off my videos giving you guys a haul of any items that I picked up. I haven't picked up any items. I feel like December was quite hefty of a month for me. I did pick up one thing, but it's not beauty related. I've really been enjoying taking the time to test out all of the beauty stuff that I've been able to pick up last month, and I really want to dive into those before I even bring more things into my collection. I think that's it. I'm really just testing out more things. I even pulled some things from my declutter bin that I was boxing up for some friends and family, and I realized I could maybe get some actual use out of these products because they weren't bad products. I just felt like I had to declutter them. So I actually have a little basket of things that I want to kind of retest out to see if they're working for me now and for what I enjoy, especially because I am more into neutrals than I was like 2 years ago. So I think that's it. I really don't have anything to talk about. If you want to see this tutorial and you're watching this late, check out down below in the description box. When this video goes up, I will link it for you all. But with that said, I'm going to scoot over and we are just going to start with the makeup news. I also forgot to say happy MLK Day. So if you are a federal employee or you're going to school or whatever, I hope you're enjoying your day off. And otherwise, you know, I hope you are still having a great day and remembering the reason around this holiday in the event that you live in the US or are from the US. There's a lot for me to talk about because I have not talked about makeup knowledge or any of this stuff in 2 weeks. So let me just take a sip of my beer tonight and we are just gonna go through. Alrighty, so first thing to talk about is actually a new concealer from Urban Decay. This is their Quickie Stay Naked Concealer. Now, I had not tried their Stay Naked Concealer. I had been obsessed with the concealer before that they replaced with the Stay Naked. I just never got around to picking that one up because I really enjoy testing out new formulas, new products, and although that in that moment was, I felt, a holy grail, I don't think I get pleasure out of having a huge base collection. That's just never been the category for me. It was at the beginning because I felt like there was so much for me to cover. My skin, like my texture and the acne and stuff, it was just so much more apparent than it is now. Don't get me wrong, I definitely get some acne here and there, and I definitely have some blackhead marks or whatever they're called because acne scarring. I definitely have acne scarring because of the way that I grew up, popping my zits and my pimples and all of that. But I just don't mind that anymore, and I am willing to embrace those scars, those whatever that other people maybe still aren't willing to or will never be willing to embrace. Long story aside, I never went back to get any other naked concealer from Urban Decay. And although this is probably going to be the new up and coming concealer that everybody's going to want to test out and review, I just don't think this is going to be the concealer for me. It is a full coverage concealer. It's all of this, all of that. I am not a huge fan of full coverage concealers. Traditionally, I did just recently pick up the Pat McGrath concealer, mainly because I had just always been wanting that concealer and her base products in general, and she had like a 40% off sale. So I couldn't help myself. I really couldn't. Nobody could help themselves at that point. But I really have been enjoying that concealer. It's actually the concealer I have on today, along with some other Pat McGrath stuff. I have her powder on today, which thankfully I was able to kind of get over that top spray, so I was actually able to set my face today. Long story short, once again, not something that I need. So I'm sure everybody has heard about quite a few different brand riffraff or kind of things that have been going on lately. So the first brand that I'm going to bring up is the fact that Kai Love is actually going to be closing their stores. Now, I had actually been wanting and meaning to pick up a couple of their palettes from the brand because I thought some of their color schemes were really, really interesting, and I was hearing really good things about their products. But the brand is now shutting down, and since I had never tried them before, it doesn't make sense for me to try them now when, reviewing them, it just truly would not make sense. Another brand that I might as well just get it out of the way now, Morphe decided to close all of their US stores in their US brick and mortar stores. And it's interesting hearing people's opinions on this. And for me, I felt like Morphe is known to be kind of a drugstore-ish brand. And so even if you're going into a Morphe store expecting to see, Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics or any of the other brands that they carried, typically the brands that they carried were drugstore and like mid-range indie brands, right? So they were really competing with Ulta. You can't compete with Ulta and not really bring the fire. Like, one thing about Ulta, their point system is bomb, and they are always giving out a coupon. The coupons are never ending. And so those two things, in addition to the fact that Morphe is just a more well-known store, and Ulta is just a more well-known store, and Morphe was only in a few malls. They weren't in a lot of malls. They were in like the higher end malls. You can't be in a higher end mall selling more drugstore niche brands and expecting to really be pulling in the cash. Now, all of that aside, the brand is still going to be available, and I do know a couple of brands have since kind of removed themselves from under the Morphe or former brand umbrella. Specifically, REM is the one brand I know of. I know there are a couple other brands such as Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics and some others that were technically under former brands. I don't know much about what they have done, but I think it is very interesting, but also expected because of who they were really competing with. And even if you really want to bring into the mix them competing with the idea of Sephora too, it's just really hard to compete with those two powerhouse brands that are well known. They're everywhere, and Morphe just overstretched themselves. So there's that. Anyways, I think that's all the kind of brand news. Let's dive right back into products. So the first product stuff that I want to talk about is all of these lipsticks that some are available, some aren't. So the Makeup Forever Velvet Nude lipsticks, those are available. The Hourglass lipsticks are available as well. Those are their cream formula. Then you have a Guerlain lipstick case, which is available. And then you have a lip serum from Buxom that is available. I haven't tried Buxom in so long, and even what I had from Buxom was literally a sample. Don't get me wrong, I definitely used up my sample. That was one of the only miniature samples that I actually used the whole thing, but I've never bought a full size, and I don't think I ever will. There is one or two maybe lipsticks from the Makeup Forever range that would be cute for me. I could see me definitely going with that mauve chocolate nude, but I'm sure once I get it onto my skin tone, it's gonna lean more mauve than chocolatey. If you guys know anything about the lipstick colors that I've really been gravitating towards finishing up loving, it is not something that is anywhere near mauve anymore. It's really just the chocolatey. So that's gonna be an easy pass on that collection. There is some shades from the Hourglass that I am intrigued to see in store, swatch in store, specifically the shade Larch, which is a rosy brown. Once again, if we're really paying attention to the lip colors that I get the most use out of, those are browns with a yellow undertone. Those just really, I love them, especially when they're somewhere near my skin tone or slightly deeper or slightly lighter. Those are just the shades that I get so much use out of. So I think I'm going to be able to easily talk myself out of that one, but it's definitely interesting, unique. The Guerlain is a pink, absolutely not. And then the Buxom, like I said, I've literally never bought a full size, and I don't intend to start now. So that is going to be a pass. Something a lot of people were interested in, and I just don't find myself intrigued by the least, is the Tarte Cosmetics Sugar Rush Sweet Cravings palette. Now I get it, this is coming out around Valentine's Day, and a lot of people don't have such resentment towards that holiday as I do, so I will put that aside. I just don't particularly think anything much of this. I know so many more people have been trying Tarte, specifically their eyeshadows, and they've been saying that the eyeshadow quality is great. I never said that Tarte's eyeshadow quality was bad, although there are some palettes that I've heard are hit and miss. I think I've had maybe one or two, maybe, eyeshadow palettes from the brand, and I didn't hate them from what I can remember, but truly I don't remember if I've actually ever pulled the trigger on a palette. No, I never did. I never did. Regardless though, this just isn't the color scheme to bring me in, and that's saying something for somebody who really loves nudes. So Unearthly Cosmetics has actually released a couple new things. Let me see, I don't know if I have a pin for the latest product that they released, so I will just talk about it and I'll look through. I'm sure somebody has created a collage somewhere. So Unearthly has come out with this mirror, and then they've also released a whole bunch of glittery lip glosses. Now I feel like every so often this brand comes out with quite a few lip products, and for one reason or another the lip products get discontinued and then revived again. So I have some of their cream liquid lipsticks, I want to say, which is like a cream formula. It doesn't really set down in the matte finish. I don't have any of their lip glosses or anything like that, but if I can remember correctly, the lip formula that I have has been discontinued. I think at that point it was because they were transitioning from their old name to the new name. Correct me if I'm wrong, but regardless though, I'm not really all that interested in the lip glosses. I find that I have quite a few lip glosses, as you guys saw in my recent declutter and collection video, and I don't think I truly need any more, but I actually am interested in this handheld mirror. I do have one from Odin's Eye, which, to be quite honest, I don't even know where I stuffed it. I think I stuffed it in one of my drawers and its stuff is piled on top, but I didn't necessarily like it because it was double-sided and it messed with my my focus on my camera, so I stopped using it when I'm filming and trying to do looks. But I also do need a mirror for like getting up and close, specifically when I'm putting my lashes on. So I do have a little like mirror in addition to my new like desk mirror, and that has been working out really nicely. But I wouldn't hate to have a handheld mirror. I think I went on their website and the mirror is $30, which to me it feels like a lot. It feels like I could get a mirror for like $5. It really does. So I don't know if I'm going to be picking it up, but there is a video idea that I am planning to do, and there is a product from the brand that I do need to pick up. So I could see me putting it in the cart. It just depends. I can't do it this month. Like financially, I just cannot do it this month. What I purchased was a purse, a luxury purse. So I can't be as willy-nilly with my money. I need to be a little bit more frugal. And that was also like a life goal that I wanted to focus on in 2023. So we will see where it goes, but I am kind of interested in the mirror, definitely not in the lip glosses. It looks like there's quite a few more new year collections coming out. This one is from Perfect Diary. I believe this is like the Korean business brand that I've heard a couple other people talk about. Either way, there's an eyeshadow palette and what looks to be maybe 3 or 4 lip products. It all makes sense for the idea around Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, where it's like a red is in a lot of the decorations. But this is just not something for me. I don't wear a lot of reds, even when I am into color. Red is just not my thing. I'll do a burgundy. I'll even do a pink before I really do a red. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass over that whole collection. It looks like Clinique has done a Take the Day Off charcoal cleansing balm. And I'm just wondering why you would put the charcoal in the balm. That's confusing me. I feel like I understand a charcoal mask. I understand a balm solid, but I don't really understand the benefits of having them both. Maybe for people who have more combination skin, you want that charcoal aspect to kind of dry up some of the oils in your skin so that when you do maybe a second cleanse, or maybe you don't do a second cleanse, that way you can just feel back to normal quicker. I don't really know. If you know more information on that, I would love to hear. But for me, it's not something that I need. I've never really gotten into Clinique. At one point, it was because I was trying to not purchase from non-cruelty free brands, although that's not like a thing that I really highlight. It was something that I felt, it wouldn't hurt to gravitate away from those brands if I actively knew that these brands were not cruelty free. I'm sure I have stuff from brands riddled in my collection that are not cruelty free, but Clinique was just one of those big brands that YouTubers were pushing and emphasizing they're not cruelty free. So I just made sure to avoid that brand, and I just never really went back. It looks like Colored Rain is coming out with a multi-use skin stick. So I don't know if this is available now, but it looks like they're, gluten-free, talc-free, paraben-free, all of the frees, right? But the key is what it is based from, the formula. It is jojoba oil, hydrogenated coconut oil, vitamin E, and other things. I don't know what their reasoning for putting coconut oil in this product is, but I know that will turn a lot of people away. There was a huge thing, 4 or 5 years ago, where people were using coconut oil for everything, for your hair, for your face, everything. Now, I don't know if non-4C hair people were using coconut oil, but I know a lot of people who had 4C hair, they were shoving it down your throat if you watched any natural hair bloggers or vloggers at all, or YouTubers, whatever. And so a lot of people actually realized from seeing that coconut oil is very sensitive, their skin is very sensitive to coconut oil, and so it just doesn't work for them. I did use coconut oil in high school. That was actually what I used for my hair, especially my senior year. I actually did a huge chop. It was devastating. And I cut off all my hair. Well, I didn't. My parents advised and drove me and paid for my haircut. It was necessary though. I had so much heat damage. It was like ridiculous. And that was the only product that I actually used to moisturize my scalp. Now, what I will say is that my hair actually grew quite quickly in that period. And if you know anything about me and my hair, I don't pay attention to my hair. That's never been a thing for me. I'm starting to do that now, the older I get, because I'm seeing that if I don't take care of my hair, there are true consequences of that. And so I don't know if I am actually, my skin is sensitive to coconut oil. I don't know if that's like the perfect ingredient for me. I've never really gone back, but I just know so many people are not going to even try this product or look at this product because of that one ingredient. So it's very interesting that the brand chose to use that. But that said, there is 26 shades. I could clearly and easily get a shade for me. If I picked anything up or one of these sticks up, it would be for a cream bronzer. Honestly, I'm not feeling like I have to get it. They're not really telling us what the finish of it, the stick is, and that will really determine if I get the product or not. It looks like Lime Crime is coming out with some more wet cherry glosses. I really enjoy Lime Crime. I know it's not like the It brand, but their products that I have are staples and good. The only product that I've literally thrown away and like from was their cream blush. That was trash. That came to me drier than dirt. I could never pick it up. I didn't like how it applied when I used it with a sponge. It was just atrocious. So I would not recommend that, especially if you get it from Ulta. Maybe their batch was really old. I don't really know, but I would not recommend that. But I do really like their lip products. I have a milk plushie. Milk Tea is the shade, and it's a plushie. Really love that formula. That's basically like a liquid lipstick for them. Absolutely love that. And I wouldn't be opposed to getting another lip gloss from them. I just don't need a lip gloss right now. But maybe in the future, when I finally finish like my Tower 28 or something to that effect, maybe then I will pick one up. But it's just not something that I'm going to run to pick up. So many places and brands are coming out with skincare, and two more brands to talk about that are coming out with their own skincare brands. That is NARS and MAC. Now, as I talked about this pretty much 2020, a lot of brands were going to be coming out with skincare because they realized that they had a dip in their sales if they were only looking at people coming to them for makeup. Because as soon as the pandemic hit, people realized there's certain things you have to pay for, there's certain things you don't got to pay for. So a lot of brands are really trying to get their customer base to come to them for the skincare so that they can stay afloat. And I completely understand it from a brand's perspective. I just don't particularly like it. So these are two brands that I'm going to easily pass on, or two lines. Another skincare line that I'm going to go ahead and pass on is the Lip Bar. It looks like they have their own skincare range as well. It's just not for me. I like to go to my skincare brands for my skincare and my makeup brands for my makeup. Just my personal preference, so I just separate the two. Next, we have some more things from MAC, and this time this is their Strobe Dewy Skin Tinted Moisturizer. I've already bought 2 shades of a foundation, which quite a few people of my skin type probably would not even think to buy. And that was, of course, the Makeup by Mario Radiant blah 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 skin, the really fancy one. Now, this is a super easy red flag because it says dewy. I don't like dewy foundations or even skin tints. I don't mind radiant, natural finish. I can even adjust a matte finish depending on what I'm using it for. I particularly don't like a matte finish for like my everyday life. But I will say easily on camera, matte finishes are the way to go. If you want your face to look flawless, you use a matte foundation. So this is going to be something that I'm going to easily pass. And once again, MAC is not a brand that I've dove a lot from. I have certain things here and there, but not a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and pass. Let the church say amen. I finally remembered to clean my lens. So hopefully that annoying foundation smudge in the middle is finally gone. Okay, so Chantecaille has showed us now their spring 2023 collection. And I do have a Chantecaille blush, absolutely adore it. It does not look like much in the pan, and it definitely doesn't look like it's going to work on my skin tone, but it really just warms up and works on my skin tone. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to second guess it though. So I would say if you wanted something that I could say is going to be good, go for a blush. That said, I can't justify a $72 blush. I can't. I already have, God only knows how expensive that blush was. So I'm good. These packaging are beautiful, but I wish the color wasn't this pinky color. I feel like the brand really gravitates towards like these pinky tones. a lot and you very rarely see anything outside of that. I really, really wish that we saw like maybe like an orange or even a red. I would actually maybe pick another blush out from the brand. There is a couple of like fragrance body care things that I want to talk about. So I'm going to try my absolute best to link them together, but I'm probably going to do terribly. So first is the fact that Black Opium is coming out with yet another addition to the range. This time it is a white, what's the name of it? This time it is just a white floral bouquet vanilla quartet coffee accord. The name of it is the Black Opium Le Parfum. I believe that's different because I think all of the other ones literally just say Black Opium and then whatever at the end. So this is supposed to be a warm vanilla perfume complemented by the iconic coffee notes and the sensual bouquet of white flowers, creating a unique and desirable bold fragrance. Of course, they're coming out with a variety of different sizes. This is definitely one that I would not hate to get my nose on, although I don't know if it's actually going to happen. Then we have something from Fenty Skin. She has a new body cream scent coming out, which is in tropical, and it is the Butta Drop Vanilla Dream Whipped Body Oil. This is a range I didn't even know about until very recently. Not the Fenty Skins part, but like the actual body cream part. And although there was a quick second where I was like, let's go shopping, I remembered how many body creams I have, both in pots like this, but also in packaging separate, like, you know, all of the Bath and Body Works creams that I just picked up. So I slowed my roll, I chilled out, but maybe in the future I will pick up a cream or two from the range. Tom Ford came out with some new scents for his cherry range. This time he now has cherry smoke and electric cherry. I want to get my nose on these. So at the beginning of my now 50 ml I believe of my cherry scent. Why is my brain blinking? I'm full on blinking. What is the name of Lost Cherry? There you go. So my 50 milliliter of my Lost Cherry, at the very beginning, I didn't like it. I felt like it was too authentic to the cherry note. I really didn't like it. I preferred the Huda Beauty. And although I still prefer the Huda Beauty, not the Huda Beauty, the Kayali scent, their cherry scent, I do genuinely enjoy the Tom Ford cherry scent now. So I would love to get my nose on this. I don't really go into Sephora's very often, although there is like a fake little Sephora that I go into, not a full-on Sephora. So I don't really have access to these scents, but I really want to push myself to go to a full-on Sephora to smell a lot of these scents because I would just love to get my nose on them. Not saying that I'm going to buy them. I'm really, really trying my best to be good this year. But I would love to at least know what they smell like, and maybe in the future, if I want to, I maybe use one of my gift cards because I still have one gift card left for Sephora. Maybe I'll make the plunge then, but I really don't want to buy too much in January. I really want to try and use up what I bought from December. It also looks like Valentino is coming out with some more products in their Born in Roma collection. So one is the Donna Born in Roma Intense, which is the one for women. And this one is a floral aromatic fragrance that features keynotes of jasmine, vanilla, and benzoin. And then there is the Uyomo Born in Roma Intense, which is for men. And this is an amber fragrance with the keynotes of vanilla, vetiver, and lavandin. I don't know what lavandin is. They're supposed to be coming in February. I would love to try the male one. I already have one bottle of the female one. I know I have a miniature. I think I might have a travel size or a 1 ounce. I don't really remember, but I definitely know I have something from that range. I really do enjoy that range. It really is nice. And yeah, I would love to get my nose on it and actually go to a Sephora store. So maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll make a trip over to my local mall and just have a little day where I just get to smell and rub creams and all of that and have some fun without spending. Okay, it looks like Glossier is not only coming into Sephora, but they're also sneak peeking some new products. We don't really know much. We know that they're releasing a new deodorant, but I'm not sure if that's what this sneak peek is for. I think it is actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and showcase the deodorant right now. It doesn't say when Glossier is coming in. Yes, January 15th. Just kidding. January 17th, they'll be available on the website. So yeah, I definitely will have Glossier linked down below now through Sephora. Alrighty, so there's two kind of intellectual, not techniques, but products that L'Oreal created for their brand Lancome. And basically one is called the Brow Magic, and this is supposed to be like an at-home electric eyebrow makeup applicator. So basically the product will scan your brows and it will be able to tell from the like 9 colors I do believe that they have available what shade and arch and all of that your product is, and then you just kind of put it slowly in. It'll actually fill in your brows. This is supposed to be apparently ranging from $149 to $199, and it should be coming up later this year. So that's interesting. I don't think that's going to be something for me. I don't need to get that. I don't mind if my brows never look like sisters, twins, cousins. That's perfectly fine for me. I'm good with using my hands personally. But what I think is really, really interesting and good is that they're also coming out with a motion stabilizing device so that you can apply your lip products. And apparently they will be trying to do more stabilizing products in the future for like mascara, eyebrows, etc. Now, the unfortunate thing is that this product will be once again $199, and I think they said that they are hoping for it to come out sometime next year or so. What I will say is that it's good that one brand is at least coming out with this. As soon as they showcase this, and they have, I'm sure so many other brands are going to start trying to see how they can not only create this for their brand, but hopefully drop the price as well. And so for those who actually need these types of products, I think it's going to become even more accessible, not only in the application, but also in the price. And it's going to be so interesting to see where the makeup industry goes from here and how many more things they can make accessible for other people. Even just something as simple as a brush. The idea of these brushes being so thin, it's harder for people who have arthritis or whatever, because their hands, it hurts. And so it'll be really interesting to see if maybe we get more like eyeshadow brush grips, where somebody can like put the grip onto the brush that they want to use at that time, and so that it's easier for them to use it, etc., etc. So I'm very, very interested to see these two products and more being released and produced. My only concern, and I can see it now, is that so many people who are Instagrammers, influencers, YouTubers, whatever, end up buying these products when they don't need the accessibility aspect, and that those who need the accessibility aspect can't buy it because it gets sold out. And so that's my concern. I'm hopeful that it doesn't happen. I'm hopeful that influencers can realize that you don't have to try everything, and if you don't need it, maybe don't try it. So I'm very, very hopeful, but I've seen it time and time again where people will sell something out, review it, and then, it's gone, and it's like, that wasn't for you. Okay, so next, it looks like Pera is coming out with a weather center collection. We don't know much. We just know that they're coming out with that collection, and that they're going to have velvet shades and pocket size mood maker palettes. So as soon as I get more information, I will try my absolute best to update you all. It looks like Glisten Cosmetics is also revamped and relaunched their lip glosses. These are really interesting shades. Once again, I just don't need any lip glosses. I appreciate the diversity in the lip swatches though. So in the event that you need it, I definitely will try my absolute best to showcase those lip swatches for you all so that you guys can see. Sephora collection is not only coming out with all of these new eyeshadow palettes that we talked about in my last video, but they're now coming out with some more better updated packaging for their cheek products. I'm very intrigued. I've been really into a highlighter mood lately. I don't know what it is, but highlighter, cheek products in general, I've been really into, other than bronzer, weirdly enough. I just really haven't been into really purchasing new bronzers, but I am interested in these two products, mainly the highlighter. The highlighter looks really, really pretty, but I do know that their blushes are good as well. So we will see what happens. I am intrigued to see the full range of the products. Wet n Wild is coming out with a pampered collection in which they have cream blushes, cream highlighters, what looks to be maybe a face palette, lip glosses, shimmering, setting spray, everything and anything in between. I believe this is kind of their interpretation or their collection for Valentine's Day. Not something that I absolutely need, although I appreciate the fact that it doesn't flat out say Valentine's Day, get your love here, get your love there. No, it's just a little bit more accessible to people who maybe don't like Valentine's Day. Maybe they're apart from their partner during the day, anything and everything between. So I really appreciate this, but not something for me. So I really don't talk about hair products very often, but this is a hair dryer that I am eyeing, and I mean I am eyeing it strongly. So Pattern has come out with a blow dryer for curls, and I like the concept behind the hair dryer. I love the thought behind it, the heads that they have and how they get locked in so that if you're using the head while you're trying to blow out your hair, it won't pop off and be on the floor. I just really like the thought that was put into this particular product. Absolutely love the color as well. So I think I actually may be picking this up. I know right now Ulta has like a 10 off of 40 or more. I don't know if this product would apply, but if it does and my local Ulta has it, I think I actually would be picking it up. I don't have a blow dryer. I pretty much don't have any hot tools at all, but I can definitely see a purpose for me to use a blow dryer, and I've been meaning to get one. I just never did. So this is one that I'm very, very intrigued by. Catrice has a whole bunch of products coming out. It looks like they have lip products, cream products, foundations, blushes, eyeshadow palettes, everything. It is a lot. It's currently available in Europe on their websites and will be coming soon to the US. I'll be interested to see the foundations. I still don't think that the shade range is equal, but I feel like for Catrice, unfortunately, it is good. You know, I'm interested. I'm interested to see these things maybe in real life. I don't know if I can see them in store because I don't think Catrice is still carried in Ulta. I think I just heard a YouTuber reference that they're no longer in Ulta. So that would be a huge deterring factor, but I'd be interested. I actually have this in my loves list. I just don't have a reason to pick anything up yet. But About Face has these lip color butters. I really want to try this. I've enjoyed everything that I've picked up from About Face, and they have a brown that looks really, really nice. This is a product that I don't envision needing it to have the yellow undertone like I truly enjoy, and I just really want to try it. It looks like it's somewhat opaque but like a glossy finish. I don't have something like this other than my Huda Beauty cream lipstick. I absolutely love that. I'm down to the nubbins on that product, so it'll be interesting if I ever pull the trigger on this, which like I said, it'll have to be an order that I have to get delivered to my house. I really just prefer picking up in stores. So we will see about that. Another new product that I actually passed on is from Flower Beauty. So Flower Beauty is not only duping Charlotte Tilbury or attempting to dupe Charlotte Tilbury when it comes to the cream blushes, they also are doing it with the cream contours. Now, as you guys know, I've already purchased and I am currently in the middle of testing out this Tarte Sculpt Tape contour type product. This one has 5 shades. The Flower Beauty has 3 and the Charlotte Tilbury has 2. So for me, I feel like I made my bet with the best kind of product for somebody in my skin tone and others that are darker skinned than me, because there is one more shade darker than the one that I picked up. So I'm not going to be picking this one up, although, you know, if you are a huge fan of Flower Beauty, I can definitely see you doing it. It's just not something that I think I need to pick up. Maybelline has a Tattoo Brow Styling Gel that allows your brows to be locked in place for 3 days. You get that fluffy laminated brow look. It doesn't smudge, no transfer, all of that jazz. It is currently available in the UK. I think it looks really, really nice. And for those who do want that fluffy brow effect, I think this could be interesting to see if it works. I would love to low-key try this. I really like the before and after, although I don't know how much I can trust that. Hopefully some UK YouTubers that I follow pick this up and review it. If not, I'll probably wait for a US based YouTuber to do it. I don't really need any more brow products. There is another brow gel that I'm going to be picking up for a video, but I just don't want to bring in too many. So I'm going to personally pass on that, at least for right now. It looks like Revolution is doing a collaboration with Minnie Mouse. I don't see much about this collaboration. I see some lashes, maybe some eyeshadow cream duos, maybe some brush sets, and maybe like a lip trio. Very, very simple collection. Hopefully that's as big as it got. Not something that I need, but I think it could be cute for the right person. It looks like Victoria Beckham has now released a new eyeliner color, and this one is a teal color. It is for $30. I have on and off again been interested in Victoria Beckham beauty, and I did recently watch Lauren May Beauty's review where she was basically saying the stuff is good, but it's not great, and especially it's not great for the price. And that seems very interesting. Some of the products that she showcased I wasn't really interested in, so there's good things for that, but now it does give me a slight pause on the things that I was interested in before. So who knows if I'm going to pick anything up, but this would definitely not be something that I ever felt the need to run for. Something that I actually need to set my calendar alert right now is the new Adept Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. I really enjoy Adept. It was one of my favorite brands that I tried in 2022 and continued to explore more and more. And I really need this palette. So this palette is going to be available on January 20th, 2023 at 1 p.m. EST, 12 p.m. CST, 11 a.m. MT, and 10 a.m. PT. So I'm very, very excited. I am EST, so hopefully, you know what? Let me not even play any games. I'm going to set the alarm right now, because if I forget about this, I'm going to be hurt. All right, so the alert is set. I think I'm actually going to be in class, but it's all good. I'll just take my phone out or something and make the order very quickly. But I'm very, very excited for this release, and I can't wait. And I'm very hopeful that I will be able to get on the website in time to pick it up for myself. It looks like Charlotte Tilbury is not only coming out with more products, but she's now coming out with matte formula of her cheek blush products. I am not convinced that this is something that I personally need. I know there are so many people where her sticks are like holy grail. They can't live without them. They're perfect. For me, at least the shade that I picked up, I thought it was going to be a beautiful blush. It really didn't work out the way I wanted it. And so I'm not convinced that I need this. Specifically, I don't know how much pigment they put on the person on the Golden Globes, Jessica C, but I just don't think that this is going to be the product for me. We will see. I'm probably going to wait for some reviews though before I make conclusive decisions. It looks like Blend Bunny Cosmetics is also coming out with a new palette, and they have revealed the palette and the quad that they have with it, and I just haven't gotten a look with it. Okay, so this is the Lure palette, and basically this is all kind of mermaid inspired or siren inspired, if you will. I think the palette looks really, really pretty, and so far the one palette that I've tried from them, I've really truly enjoyed the quality, but this is not going to be something that I need to bring into my collection based on the color scheme. It's just not really calling to me, so I'm going to pass. And then they also have a quad where the quad showcases 4 separate eyeshadow palettes or eyeshadows as well. It's more like a travel palette that you can travel with. It's all shimmers, very, very pretty once again, just not something that I truly need. So once again, I am gonna go ahead and pass. I gotta keep moving because I'm going slow and this is already a long video. Okay, so it looks like Revolution has done a dupe of the Bobbi Brown vitamin rich face base. In case you're wondering, theirs is $12. The original is $66. Let me know if you try it. Trixie Cosmetics has come out with a nighttime realness palette, which is basically a revamped version of a previous palette that they released, but just darker and smokier so that you can transition your colors from day to night. I think that makes perfect sense, just not something that I need. I really do want to try that brand. I just haven't found the products for me. Exa Beauty is coming out with a Shield Set and Glow Mist product. I guess it's supposed to hydrate your face, but also kind of shield your face from the toxins and stuff in the air. I don't know how much I think that's a real product and a real possibility, but I also don't need a dewy or glowy mist, so that's easy pass for me. Something I actually do have myself on alerts for are these blushes from Half Magic. I don't know what it is about the products, but these products are just screaming to me to try. I feel like they're gonna be like a very interesting creamy but matte powder finish, and there are two shades that I'm very, very interested in. They have a like nudie shade which is called Magic Brownie, and then they also have sexual frustration, which is like a pinkier tone. I would really only need the neutral tone. That would be the perfect shade for me, but I would not hate to have the other tone as well. So very, very intrigued about that. Before I talked about the fragrances coming from Tom Ford, and honestly I don't even remember if I finished the concept. I think I just said that I wanted to try the scents, but they also came out with an eyeshadow palette and 2 lip products. Honestly, the eyeshadow palette looks pretty to me. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm telling you that palette looks beautiful. Am I gonna run with the bulls to try to pick it up? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Their palettes are stupid expensive, but like I can live vicariously through like maybe Michelle Wong. Maybe that's who I'll live vicariously through. It looks like Nomad Cosmetics is sneak peeking that they're coming out with a new palette as well. And I'll be interested to see what comes out. Depending on the color scheme, maybe. But I also feel like I have quite a few eyeshadow palettes already. I want to try to kind of make some love to some of the... I want to try to give some love to some of the palettes that I already have. So we will truly see. It looks like Lancome is also coming out with some new limited edition matte lipsticks. I don't see anything that's revolutionary about the colors. They also only show me 2 colors. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Probably not though. I probably won't pick any of those up. Essence has also come out with a slew of eyeshadows, lip products, cheek products, a whole bunch of things, mascaras. I don't see anything in particular that I feel I must have at all. And so for that reason, I'm just going to go ahead and continue to move forward. Kiko Milano has also come out with a collection for Valentine's Day. And you have lipsticks, you have an eyeshadow palette, highlighter. You also look to have like blush and bronzer duos, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of those duos actually look like they would be dark enough for my skin tone. It also looks like there's some lip glosses, some cream eyeshadow products. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know where these products are available, but if maybe this was available at Ulta and maybe I could do like an in-store pickup, I honestly would be intrigued by those blush duos. I really would. Those things look dark enough for my skin tone. Makeup a Murder. They have come out with 2 aqua liner palettes, which are both, I guess, inspired by Broken Hearts during Valentine's Day. I don't really get a lot of use out of aqua liners. I actually think I threw away all of mine this past rotation, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Shuamura has also come out with a collection for I believe something around Lunar New Year, as they are an Asian based brand. And these look really nice. Some of the lip products look more brown than red. You know, they look nice. I don't think that it's something that I need though, but yeah, definitely let me know if it's something that you are definitely going to be picking up. It looks like Flower Beauty is also coming out with more than just their contour sticks. They're also coming out with some lip products. What are those? Concealers? Yeah, they're concealers, mascaras, primers, a whole bunch of stuff coming from the brand. I would love to hear if you guys picked any of these things up and you're waiting to test them out, or if you are waiting for reviews from YouTubers. Let your girl know. But thankfully, I have finally finished this video. This was a very, very long video, so I need to get used to having extremely long videos. If I wasn't able to link everything in the description box, just wait. As soon as I can, I will have it in the rest of the stuff in the pinned comment. Overall though, I pretty much don't really want a lot, right? Like I said, I really do want to dig into quite a few of the things that I picked up from December. A lot of the things I actually haven't even been able to play with, specifically the eyeshadow palettes. I have my stash, and I'm very, very excited to literally dig into those products, which are all old with a splash of new. So I'm really taking all of these things into consideration as I consider picking up more things. As always, definitely let me know if there's something that you want me to review, as long as it's in my wheelhouse and it's also within my willpower to pick it up and review it for you all. I will try my absolute best. But with that said, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.